This video is about not rushing your works. Okay, so if you're an artist, you might feel this urge to rush out things, all right? To rush out songs immediately. It's like one and then one and then another and another, right? You're trying to pump songs out like that, but it does not work, okay? If you look at maybe one of your favorite artists, right? One of my favorite artists, like them or not, okay, it's 21 Pilots, all right? And they take about 2 or 3 years for one album, all right? And in that one album, there's about maybe 10 or 12 songs. Now think about that on a time scale. So 12 songs, let's say, okay, were created in the span of 2 years. Okay, so let's think about that then. Obviously, there's all the merchandise and all that, and there's the timing, but 12 songs, 2 years. That means there's about 2 months of work for each song. Just about, okay? Now, what if you did the same thing for your own songs? What if there was one song that you were working on, and instead of working on it for just like 1 week and giving up, what if you worked on it for like a month? What do you think would happen to the quality? Okay? Now, to add on top of this, all right, you've had this happen before. When you sleep on ideas, okay, and I don't mean leave them. I literally mean when you sleep on an idea and then come back to it, you realize that, oh, I don't really actually like this part. I think if it went like this, it would work better. There's an odd relationship with sleep and like your own works. You're able to see it in a much more different way, in a much more refined way, and you can make it sound so much better. All right. So being able to do that for almost like 2 months, what do you think would actually happen? It would compound, it would snowball, it would go over, and it would get better and better and better. And of course, you do have the chance to work on other stuff at the same time. But what if you worked on a song for 2 months, but then by the 1 month mark, you were also working on another song, and then you're doing the same thing for that one as well? The quality of your songs would go up drastically. It would be crazy. It would be really, really good. Now, I also want I've made a video about this as well, all right? But I want to stress this point is that while you might not be rushing works, okay, you don't have to overcomplicate your ideas. Now, when you're developing your ideas in your songs or just your artwork or just any sort of art, right? When you're developing your ideas, you don't need to over develop it, okay? If you're trying to be too fancy, people can tell. If you're think about what exactly it is you're trying to say, okay? Now you can say extra stuff on top of that, all right? But you can tell when something isn't really needed, okay? Now you will be able to see these things after you sleep on it and having to look over the entire thing. Do not just look at, okay, so I'm just gonna work on the chorus because I think that's the only bad part and the rest of it is okay. Look at it entirely, okay? Your song, I assume, is about maybe 3 or 4 minutes. All right, if it's any longer, that's, yeah, I guess you can look over it as well. But if you look over the entire thing, you'll be able to obviously see everything. You'll be able to notice, oh, I actually don't like the beginning that much. I might want to make it a bit better, right? I'm only speaking from the musician perspective, but I assume that if you do paint or if you write, well, obviously, yeah, writing will be easier to see because it's the words, right? But with painting, it'll be a bit harder to try to go back to a point that to go back to hour one instead of, you know, continuing on an hour 20 or something with a painting. But you can kind of see what I mean, I hope. Okay, don't overcomplicate things. Don't rush your work. Okay, there's no need to rush. If you take your time with a piece and you finally feel satisfied with it, you feel, okay, if I add any more, it feels like it's going to be too much, then that's fine. That means it's complete. Okay, and then if there's one day you come back to it and realize, nah, this is too much, then that's fine. Okay, you can strip parts of it away, all right, or you can add more in. That's your choice. You are the artist. You get to decide. You basically get to play God with this piece of work. Okay, you get to control it however you want, and you get to decide whether it is perfect, but like final. That's a better word. Okay. That is actually quite exciting to reach, but you have to put in the work. You have to put in your heart and your soul into your work, okay? And it will take time. It can take 2 months, all right? But I promise you, it is very, very, very worth it, all right? Now, I hope this video has helped. If it has helped, please subscribe. And if you want my personal help, I also offer one-to-one coaching, all right? You don't need to do it, but if this video has really helped you, it probably means that I can help you a lot more if we were doing it one-to-one, all right? Now, I aim to make you the artist, the musician of the future, to make you the best you can be, to be able to express yourself as much as you can be, where we have no as little of an ego as we can, okay? Now, I will see you later.